And welcome to today's video. This is a V1 level business English lesson, and today we're going to be working on how to ask WH questions. So choosing a product or service, how important are the following when buying a product or service? Customer service, recommendations from people that you know, views on social media, personal values, convenience, brand image, product quality, advertising, or price. And you can add your ideas in the comments if you'd like. So how can a business determine if a customer is happy? Well, Ishan says, the only way to know if a customer is happy is to see if they use your product or service again. Sophia says it's important to send customers feedback surveys to learn about their experience and improve your product or service in the future. And Kane says people should always have an opportunity to leave a review about a product. The problem is that people are more likely to leave a review when they have a negative experience. It can help to provide them with a reason to leave a review, like offering a coupon or store credit. Okay, we're going to read the beginning of an article about the value of customer feedback, and then you'll summarize what you read. First, we have a vocabulary, it's a phrasal verb. To make up for means to do something in order to correct or improve something else. And you can pause the video and read on your own, or you can follow along as I read, and then you can write your summary in the comments. The value of customer feedback. Did you know that it takes 12 positive customer service experiences to make up for one negative experience, or that each unhappy customer shares their experience with 8 to 10 others? It's important to keep your customers happy. One poor service experience is enough for 58% of customers to stop using a business. But how do you know what is best for your customers? It's simple. You need to ask them. Customer surveys are the most direct way to learn the opinions of the people who know the most about your product and services, your customers. So the next part of the article will list questions that companies can ask their customers to learn more about their experiences. And so what questions do you think the list will include? And you can put your ideas in the comments. So here's a list of questions that you can ask your customers to learn more about what they want. I'm going to match the beginning of the question with the appropriate ending. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So number 1 matches with C. How did you hear about us? Number 2 is with E. Why did you choose our product or service over other options? Number 3 is A. Did our customer service staff help you? If yes, who assisted you? Number 4 is F. On a scale of 0, not satisfied, to 10, very satisfied. How satisfied are you with our product or service? Number 5 is G. On a scale of 0, unlikely, to 10, very likely. How likely are you to recommend us to friends and family? Number 6 is B. What can we do to improve your future experience? And number 7 is D. Is there anything that you would like to add? Of course, no one enjoys spending a lot of time answering surveys, so make sure to keep your questions short and direct. All right, there are different types of questions in English. A question can ask about the object of a verb. So the question, what do you need? Answer, I need a notebook. Here, notebook is the object of the verb, and that's the answer that we're looking for. The question, who did they meet? They met Ms. Costas. Again, Ms. Costas is the object of the verb met. And this is the most common type of question. A question can also ask about the subject of the verb. So here, who was at the meeting? Isla and Ron were at the meeting. So here, Isla and Ron are the subject. And what is on the agenda? The new project is on the agenda. Here, the new project is the subject of the sentence. These questions ask about who or what did an action, who for people and what for things are the most common pronouns used in subject questions. So compare the two questions and answers. Who signed the contract? Henry signed the contract. What did Henry sign? Henry signed the contract. So here's some important information. If a question asks about the object of the verb, we use an auxiliary or helping verb such as be or do. We also change the word order, as in, how did you hear about us? So we have the auxiliary verb did, and how did you hear is a little bit different word order than you would have in a statement. If a question asks about the subject of the verb, we do not change the word order. The word order remains the same as subject, verb, and object. Who helped you with your purchase? So here, who is the subject, help is the verb, and you is the object. So now practice with subject questions and match the department with the responsibility that it deals with. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So who deals with customer complaints? That would be customer service. Who handles the money of the company? That would be finance. Who recruits, hires, and trains staff? That would be human resources. Who controls the transport and delivery of products to customers? That would be logistics. And who is responsible for a broken product? That would be production. Now look again at the list of questions that a business can ask their customers to learn more about what they want. And can you spot the subject question? Well, number 6, what? I think it's number 6. Let's check just to make sure. No, sorry, it would be number 1. How did our customer service staff help you? And if yes, who assisted you? So here you would say employee X assisted me. So that would be the subject question. Sorry about that. All right, so now look at each question carefully, and is it asking about a subject or an object? So think about the answer to each question. Is the answer to the question the subject or object of the verb? Is there an auxiliary or helping verb? And is the word order the same as the question as in the question form? So you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to continue. Okay, so number 1 is a subject question. The customer service agent replied to the customer's email would be a sample answer. Which customer service representative did you speak with? I spoke with Tim. That's an object question. How was your experience? My experience was great. Object. What should we do about the unhappy customer? Object question. We should offer her a refund. What time is convenient for you to chat about your experience? That would be a subject question. Friday morning is convenient. Which factor is the most important when buying a product or a service? Subject question. Say something like price is the most important factor. And how can you encourage a customer to continue to use your service? It's an object question. You can offer a discount on a future purchase. Right, it's helpful for businesses to learn about their customers. So demographic information allows companies to better understand certain characteristics of their customers, such as age, gender, income, education, employment, marital status, ethnicity, etc. So you're going to unscramble these common demographic questions. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, number 1, how old are you? Number 2, where do you live? Number 3, what is your employment status? Number 4, do you have any children? Number 5, what is the highest level of education that you have completed? And number 6, what industry do you work in? Great, so now you're going to match each verb with its definition. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So to support or actively encourage, I believe that would be to promote. 3, to give an opinion about something which may result in a change. That would be to review. To make better would be number 1, to improve. To suggest or advise would be number 2, to recommend. And to reduce the value of or importance of something would be number 4, to detract. All right, so now complete each sentence with the correct verb. You may need to change the form. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So businesses should always be looking for ways to improve their product or service. How likely are you to recommend our product to your friends and family? A business can use a good customer review to promote a product. The extremely high price detracts from the experience. Unfortunately for businesses, customers often review bad experiences. So it's important for businesses to ask customers to write about good experiences too. And what is a Net Promoter Score? Do you know what a Net Promoter Score is? And what do you think may be the meaning of the different categories below? So we have detractors, passives, and promoters. So if you have some ideas on that, you can write that in the comments. So listen as the Net Promoter Score is described, and we will fill in the blanks with the missing words.
To improve your business, it's important to get customer feedback. One easy way to learn if customers are satisfied with your product is to use an NPS, or Net Promoter Score survey. An NPS survey asks customers one question: how likely are you to recommend our product or services to others? The people who answer 9 or 10 are considered promoters. They are loyal and happy customers. They are excited about your product. The people who answer 7 or 8 are considered passive. They are happy, but less likely to recommend your business. Customers who reply with a 6 or lower are called detractors. They may be unhappy or disappointed with your service. these people will probably not recommend your brand to anyone. When you know which customers are detractors, you can try to find the reasons why they are unhappy and learn how to improve your product or service. When you know which customers are promoters, you can ask them to review your business on social media sites and tell their friends and family about their experience. To encourage them to do this, you can give them a discount on their next purchase. NPS is a quick and easy way to learn how your customers feel about your business. It can help you to improve your product or service and to market your business to others.
Okay, then we have some true-false questions. The NPS can tell a business if customers are happy with their product or service. That's true. An NPS survey asks the customer several questions to find out whether they had a good or bad experience. That's false. It's only one question. A person who replies with the number 7 is likely to recommend your business. That's false. They're happy, but not as likely to recommend. Detractors are unlikely to recommend your brand. That's true. And promoters are good people to ask for a product review. That is also true. So the creators of NPS, Bain & Company, say that an NPS score above 0 is good, above 20 is great, and above 50 is amazing. So look at the NPS below. Is it good or bad? And explain what you see. Here we have far more detractors than passives and promoters. So, well, actually, though, we've got 115 and 97. So actually, this is probably a pretty good score because we've got 11% detractors, 26.9% passives, and 61.5% promoters. So here in the green, we have far more promoters than passives and a very small number of detractors. So look at the customer profiles and answer the questions. Which customers should you ask for a review? Which customers should you ask for ways to improve? And which customers should you offer a coupon to for a future purchase? So customer A is a promoter. They're very satisfied, and they said that your team is so friendly. So you probably want to ask them for a review and maybe offer them a coupon for a future purchase to encourage them to complete that review. Customer B is an NPS 2, a detractor. They were not satisfied. The service that he received was terrible. Probably ask him for ways to improve, and maybe also offer him a coupon to get him to try your service again. Customer C, passive. They're satisfied, says it was a great experience. Maybe ask them for a review, and again, offer them a coupon to encourage them to do so. And a detractor, they were satisfied. They said they were good quality, but too expensive. So probably none of these would apply, or maybe 3. Offer them a coupon for a future purchase, since price was their main concern. So some industries have a more positive image than others. For example, department stores usually have higher NPS scores than insurance companies. So which industries in your companies usually have a positive image, and what other industries have a negative image? Some ideas here are airlines, banks, telephone or internet providers, and delivery services. So cultural differences can also influence NPS scores. In some countries, customers are less likely to give a 9 or a 10, even if they really loved a product or service. In Europe, children are graded on a scale 0 to 10, and it's almost impossible to get a 10. So when given a 0 to 10 NPS scale, An 8 is good, 9 is great, and 10 is impossible. Whereas in the US, it's common to give a 10 to a business you really love. And do you think it would be easy or hard for a business in your country to receive an NPS score of 10? And you can put your ideas to that question in the comments. So what other questions can you ask on a feedback survey? So you can match the beginning of the question to the end, pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So how well, B, did our product meet your needs? If you could change just one thing about our product, A, what would it be? How often, C, do you use the product or service? Will you, E, purchase more products from us in the future? Was G, your problem resolved quickly? And what, F, can we do better? How, H, can we improve your experience? And do you have, D, any additional comments or feedback for us? So read the responses to the survey questions at Bliss Salon and Spa. Find and correct the mistakes in the questions. So what service you received at our spa? It should be what service did you receive? Why was your experience at our spa today? A mistake there, it should be what and not why. And how much times have you visited our spa? It should be how many, not how much. And how we can improve your experience in the future. These are in the wrong order. It should be how can we. So just have those two switch places. All right, so now pretend that you work at a beauty supply store and create questions to learn about your customer and their experience. And you can put your sample questions in the comments if you'd like some feedback. And here are some ideas of things that you can ask about. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.